Hello everyone, welcome to Theme World. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create beautiful post galleries or grids for your WordPress blogs, news website, magazine websites and such. You can create sections like these that show your posts, their featured image, title, author, and other information alongside a small excerpt in different layouts that will auto-update whenever you add a new post. Not just that, you can also filter them as per the categories, tags, and even the author. Many things you can do. You can create beautiful galleries just like this one. I'm going to show you how in this video. So yeah, I suppose let's get started, but before we do, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and I guess also follow me on Twitter. My links will be down in the description below. Let's go! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are within the computer screen. I've got a fresh new website loaded up, well, kinda. If I show you here my posts page, then I've created a whole bunch of posts in here. I've got quite a lot of categories and yeah, a few different posts that I want to show in the front end in a gallery format. Anyways, now that we're here, let's get started with our plugin installation. First, go over to plugins, add plugin, and simply search for magazine blocks. And you should see the plugin right here, magazine blocks. Simply click on install now. Magazine blocks by Blockart, activate it, and yeah, we're good to go. Now you'll see this menu right here as soon as the plugin has been installed. This plugin is going to give us all the various blocks that we'll need to show our posts in the front end. So if I go within pages, click on add page, I will just name it blocks for now because I can. Let's click on plus within the block inserter here, and there it is. These are all the various blocks that the plugin provides. It also gives you general page building blocks that are awesome, but for this video we're going to focus on these post and category blocks. So here you can see we've got various different blocks with various different layouts for posts as well as categories. So suppose I were to get any one of these blocks here called featured posts, then you can see it's already showing up all of my posts here in a nice looking format. And yeah, suppose I want a different style, I can choose various different layouts for this specific block from here as well. Style 3, style 4, 5, right, this one looks fine. Suppose now I want a little bit more posts in here or less posts, then I can simply fiddle around with the post count here within post options. 5 posts, 7 posts, however many posts I'd want, 2, 3 posts, right? I can select that number in here. Now suppose I want to filter these posts by just, a few different categories, then I can come in here and I can select categories like business or maybe entertainment, right? And suppose I'd like to select all the categories in here. My bad, I didn't select all. And I can exclude a few different categories from within this place. Suppose I don't want business posts to be in here, then I can simply remove those. Yeah, I can do all that, and I can filter accordingly, not just via categories, but also tags as well as authors. So yeah, I've got that flexibility as well. Now for ordering as well, if I want to order these by date, title, or just randomly, I can select that, and I can choose to order them in a ascending order or a descending order, whichever way I'd like to, right? I can do all that. Now suppose I don't want to show my categories here, then what I would do is I would simply go here within header meta and I'll turn my categories off. And this post right here, the first post, it is generally called the highlighted post, and for that as well I can turn off the category. Suppose I just want to show category for my highlighted post, then I can select that as well. Comments, I can turn this off too for highlighted post or the other posts as well. I can do anything really. And here we've got other metas as well. Suppose I don't want to show my author, then I can hide my author as well, but suppose I want to show my author, it's totally fine, right? I can go down below with an excerpt, I can enable excerpt, so I can also view how much of the post I would want shown here in the front end. Actually, let me select a different layout so that you can see properly what it looks like. So there it is, excerpt. I can limit the number of characters within this excerpt as well. I think it's words actually, my bad. Yeah, I can enable, disable it. I'm gonna set it to 10 for now, whatever. Suppose if I want to read more buttons, then I can enable those as well. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other options in here that you can tinker around with. In the same way, we've got a style tab. So while within general, you just come in, you enable all the things you want, etc. Within the style tab, you choose their styling, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So here for post box, if you want to add like padding within a single post box, you can add some padding if you'd like, right? If you want a box shadow on hover or just normally, then yeah, you can turn this on, and yeah, whenever you're hovering over any of these posts, it's going to have that nice looking box shadow. You can do a lot of things. There's a whole bunch of customization options. Suppose you want to change the typography, then you can do so from in here. Heading for post title. By the way, heading is this thing right here on top. You can also change this heading from within your general tab. You've got typography options for your post title as well that you can come in, you can change them however you want to. Else by default it is just going to take your theme typography, so that's pretty nice as well. You don't have to manually set everything within the plugin. If you just set it once within the theme, then it's going to take it. And suppose if you really want to use a different styling for a singular block, then you can come in and you can change this as well. Anyways, in a similar fashion, whatever things you've enabled there will show up here within the style tab, and you can change its color. Suppose I want a red text color, I can change all those. Actually, we don't have, okay, we do have a header meta here for categories. Yeah, suppose I want to change its colors, I can do all that, but I'm not too sure why you would want to use a red color there. So yeah, anyways, you've got meta, you can change icon colors, link colors, etc, etc. You've got styling options for everything here. For your read more buttons as well, you can simply come in. Suppose I want to add a background here, I want to use like a very light, or you know what, I'm just going to use black color here, suppose, right? And I want to change the text color to white, I can do that. Now, you know, maybe I would want to add a little bit of padding there for, why not? Let me turn down the font size because I can. I definitely don't want it that big. 18 to 16, yeah, let's do 14, why not? I can also add borders, so I can come in and I can give it a border radius of about 8. You know what, 6 is fine. So it's a little bit more rounded, looks like a button. The point being, you can style things however you'd want to, and it's pretty easy to do, right? And yeah, you would generally just use the general tab and the style tab, and after that, here within the advanced tab, these are for the advanced things. Well, it's not really all that advanced, okay, but the things like, you know, block margin, if you want to do some crazy things with negative margin or positive margin to add a little bit of extra spacing to shift the blocks, then you can do all those from in here. If you want to add z-index so that you can stack things together in a crazy way, then you can do that as well. Responsive conditions, if you want to hide this block on certain devices, you can do so. If you want to add certain CSS classes, you want to give this thing a certain CSS ID, then yeah, you can do all those things as well. And let me, I guess, show you as well what this looks like in the front end, and I'm gonna show you a few different other blocks as well. So there it is. These are some of our posts, and I can click on read more and it's just gonna show me one of those posts, right? This looks pretty good. If I want to visit any of the categories, then I can go within the categories as well, and it's gonna show me all the various posts that this category has. And yeah, I can show you a few different other blocks. So we've got this grid module block in here. It's got a nice full column layout right now. I can choose this, where one of them is a little bit more highlighted, but actually, you know what, I think this looks fine. Maybe I want to add a little bit more gap. Let me add like a 12 pixel gap in here, right? I can do so. Suppose instead of the 4 column, I just want a 2 column layout. Well, I've got that too. Now suppose I want excerpt, I can enable that thing here, and you know, various different things within meta. If I want to change it, if I want to change its alignment and stuff like that, I can do so. Post title as well. Yeah, I think I like this one better, I can do so. For title, I think my titles are looking a little bit smaller here, so we've got to fix that. And the best way to fix it, first of all, would be to just simply change the markup, right? So depending on whatever you've set within the theme, it's going to take that. Suppose for me it's H2, I can select H2. It's a little bit too big. You know what, H3 looks fine, so we're just going to select that for now. I can save it. If I want to change styling, obviously I've got that flexibility here from within our style tab. I can come in, I can change things around. Suppose I want to change this heading to something else, or maybe I just don't want the heading at all there. I want to use blocks for headings, I can do so. But yeah, I can enable it. I can give it a title like latest. I can choose a heading style here as well, and I can change the heading typography, etc, etc. So yeah, I can do something like this, save it. So in a similar way, I've got a whole bunch of other blocks that I can utilize. Banner posts, I can get this thing in here, and this thing has got some other crazy layouts that I can use. So you can see here various different layouts. I can change the number of posts, I can do all that, and yeah, this looks pretty dope. Now suppose you don't want banners or, you know, big cards, you just want lists, then you've got your lists in here as well. You can simply drag in a post list, right? This is what it's gonna look like. It's got its own style settings or layout settings in here as well. You can change them however you'd like. I think for now this is fine, or you know what, actually I think just style one is all right. And yeah, as I said before, we've got all the settings in here, all the styling settings in here. You can take a look at that, you can tinker around, right? And yeah, for your categories, suppose if I were to get the category list in here, then you can see this just displays all of your categories. So whatever categories you've created on your site, it also creates like a nice looking list or even cards for your categories. Now the reason this is just a single block is because, you know, you just have a single category, or like in a website you don't really have that many categories, so I guess that's why it's a single block. Yeah, and here you can see there's various different styles for your categories as well, depending on whichever one you like. You can select those. Let's go here within our post options and let's change the category count. It seems for others we don't have the featured image, but if they had images they would show up like this. They would look very good. For now, let's just select 4. And yeah, if you don't want to show your images at all, then you've got your good old-fashioned lists in here as well. So yeah, you've got those. If you just want to show your latest posts, you've got the latest post block. Suppose if you want to show your posts in a slider format, then you've got this post slider block here, which just slides and shows all the various posts according to your post options that you've set here, depending on your categories, etc., etc., number of posts. You can control all those from in here. Let's work on this block a little bit, I guess. Suppose from in here I don't want the heading. I'm just gonna turn off the heading. Maybe I want to make this post box a little bit taller. Yeah, taller is the word. Then I'll go here within general. Then I'll simply go here within my layout options, and I will select a height for it. Let's do about like what, 700 pixels. Yeah, that sounds pretty dope. And now since it's a slider, suppose I want arrows or dots around it so that I can navigate things easily, then yeah, there it is. I've got arrows as well that I can click on, or your users or your viewers would click on to scroll the posts. Or do I say to slide the posts? I think slide is a better word there. Suppose I want a few different other meta options, like, you know, the read time, how long it's going to take to read this entire blog post, or the view count. Then yeah, I can add those in here. What about dots? Yeah, you know what, I think dots would look pretty dope. There it is, those are our darts. Suppose for my arrows I would want to change their color. I don't really like this purple color. If I want to change it, I would simply go here within background and I can change the color to whatever I want. Maybe I want red, which I'm not too sure why you would want to use red, but yeah, let's do something like this. I don't know. And you can simply save it. And let's check it out in the front end. Let's see what our blocks are looking like. This is our first block. This is the second one, third, fourth, fifth. There it is. This is our slider here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now obviously if you use blocks, you can tinker around with this however you'd want to. And one good thing about this block is that it also has page building blocks. So yeah, you can add sections in here, you can add headings, paragraphs, images, icons, buttons. You've got all that flexibility too. I mean, actually this plugin was created for news websites or magazine websites. But if you just have a basic blog and you would like to showcase your posts in a neat looking format, then you can use this plugin as well. It's a pretty dope plugin. I'd never made a video on this plugin, so I was like, you know what, about time. And yes, I would just highly recommend you install the plugin, you play around with it a little bit, you'll get a whole bunch of different ideas. You can create your own unique styling. There's many things you can do with this plugin, which is awesome. And yeah, I suppose that's about it for this video. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I suppose that's about it for this video. I am Sid, and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care.